I've been wearing wigs for a few years now, and I've learned a lot along the way, sometimes the hard way. So today I'm going to share with you my biggest lessons that I've learned on my wig journey in the hopes of helping you on your wig journey. First, let's talk about some common mistakes people make when buying wigs. The first thing that I like to recommend is if you're new to the wig journey, I would say stick close to a style that you've worn before, a color that your hair has been, and don't go too far out of your comfort zone too quickly. For some people that's okay and they're ready to do that, but for most people, putting on a wig, even when it's close to your style that you've been wearing, can be quite a shock. It takes time for your eyes and brain to adjust. When I first started out, I had thinning hair and my hair had always been fine and straight, and I always wanted long, wavy curls. So one of the first wigs I bought was a more dense wig with a lot of waves or curls in it. And when I put that on, I thought, oh my gosh, I can't go out of the house like this. So I always recommend, if you're new on your wig journey, stick with a style that's close to the hair that you have now or a style that you've worn that you really loved. Next, it's really important to learn about the different fibers, the different features, how to measure your head. And I know there's a lot to learn along the way, and when you're first starting out, it can just seem like so much. It almost seems like a different language. I remember looking at wigs and thinking, what's a lace front? What's monofilament? Well, make sure you use services that are out there to help you. We at Frannie's Hair have free consultations where you can sign up for a video consultation with our stylist, and she will take you through your measurements, fibers, features, all kinds of things, and help you choose a style and a color that will work for you. So that's another tip. Make sure you use resources that are available to you, and make sure you learn about the things you need to know before choosing a wig. And finally, when you're buying a wig, make sure that you check reviews and that you're buying from a reputable website. There are so many scammers out there, and it's unfortunate and it's hard to know when you're first starting out. So I recommend going with very well-known retailers. You can go to different wig wearing groups and ask about different retailers. Make sure you check reviews. Also, there are things to look for. If you're looking at a specific wig and you see it in one place for, let's say, $300, and then you see it in another place for $29.99, but it's the same picture, I can guarantee you that is not the same wig. And you'll be lucky if you even get a wig in the mail, but when you do, it's not going to be of the quality of that $300 wig. Sometimes things that sound too good to be true are too good to be true. Also, most wigs will have a name associated with it when they come from one of the main manufacturers. So for example, this wig is Bradshaw by Beltress in the color Cool Chai Blonde. When you go to some of these scam websites, they'll show this wig and call it Long and Curly or some nondescript name. When you see that, that's a red flag. Also, if you see pictures of celebrities who are not in the wig business, and you know, if you see Raquel Welch, well, she was in the wig business. But if you see somebody like Jennifer Aniston or somebody else, and they're showing you a picture of her and saying they're selling you a wig that looks like her hair, that's another red flag. So just make sure to check out the companies that you plan on purchasing from. Now that you've done your homework, you bought a wig, you went to a reputable company, you got the box in your hand, let's talk about taking your wig from looking wiggy to looking natural on you. One of the first things you're going to want to do when you take the wig out of the box is just give it a good shake. You want to get the fibers off the cap and just looking more natural. When they're right on the cap, it can look very helmety. So I like to give it a good shake and then put the wig on my head. Now the next thing you want to make sure is that the hairline is placed in the right place. Having the hairline in the wrong place can make it look so wiggy. You want to place the hairline where it looks natural for you. Right now I have this hairline way too low. If I were to move her all the way back, like up here, I would say that's too far back. If I use the 4-finger rule, I think I want to bring her down just a little bit more like that. And right there, that makes a huge difference. So in general, the right place for your hairline is about 4 fingers from the top of your eyebrow. Now that's not exact, and you can adjust up and down a little until it looks natural on you. That's just a little guide. If you have your hairline still, you can match to that hairline. The next thing you want to look at is the part. The part is another giveaway that can make something look wiggy. Now if you have a basic cap wig, you're not going to have any monofilament, so you're not going to have that look of scalp. So one of the things you can do is take some makeup powder and just dab it in the part on your head, and it'll give it a lighter look and the appearance that scalp is showing through. So what I do for this is I take either a highlighter or a face powder, some color in the scalp-like color there. And I use a brush that's pretty small and thin, so I have a lot of control. Take some of this powder, I'm using the lightest one here, and I'm gonna apply it to my part right here. And I can't see that well on the camera, so I'm just gonna show you that I apply it in the part. All right, so there you go. You can see, now I have a part. It's a powder part, but it's a part. And it'll just catch people's eyes like, oh yeah, that's a part. If you have a monofilament part or a monofilament top, you do get that look. But one thing I do like to do is take a rat tail comb, the other end of that, and just kind of mess up the part a little bit so it's not poker straight and it looks a little bit more natural. Then, if you do have some of your own bio hair, you can use that also to make it look more natural. I like to pull my own hair out of the sides, especially when the hair color matches the wig. This is my own hair right here, so that when you see me from the side, it looks like the hair is coming right out of my head, because it is coming out of my head. Now, if I'm wearing a curled wig and my hair is straight, I can curl my hair. If the wig is darker than my natural hair, I can use a root powder on those hairs to match it up close enough. You'd be surprised. It doesn't have to be exact, it'll still blend. The only thing I can't do is if the wig is lighter than my natural hair, I really can't make my natural hair lighter. In those cases, I'll keep my natural hair pulled back. If you're wearing a basic cap wig, you can also pull out some of your natural hair in the front and curl it back over top of that hard edge of your basic cap. And by doing that, it also makes a more natural hairline. And finally, the last thing you can do to make your wig look more natural is to style it the way you would style your own natural hair. So put it up in barrettes, pull it back in a ponytail, put it in a bun, have little pieces coming out. Whenever I pull a wig back, I like to still pull some pieces out in the front like that to make it look more natural. So whatever you would do with your natural hair, do that with your wig. Have fun with it. It'll make it look more natural and feel more natural. And finally, one of my favorite parts about wigs, you not only change your hairstyle, but you can change the way your face looks. You can emphasize certain features, de-emphasize others, just by using your wigs in different ways. I found this out a little bit later in the journey. It took me a while because it took me a while to get comfortable playing with my wigs. But once I figured that out, I was so happy and so excited. I actually have a video where I take you through doing an analysis of your face, and then I show you how to emphasize and de-emphasize certain features that you like or don't like. Okay, now let's talk individual features. I have ears that stick out. I don't know if you can tell here. Originally I thought it was because I'm wearing a wig grip, and I figured the wig grip was pushing my ears out, so I carefully cut my wig grip, only to discover that no, it's my ears. My ears stick out. My husband loves it. He thinks it's adorable, but sometimes I don't want them to show. So when we take a look at this picture here, you can see on the left, I'm wearing a wig. It's Jamie by Aesthetica, and there is no way to cover those ears with that wig. So if I want to de-emphasize those ears, that is not going to be a wig I'm going to choose. In the middle picture, I believe I'm wearing Brie by Henry Margue there. I have the choice to cover part of my ear or all of my ear with that wig. And so I can strategically show off part of my ear like I can do with this one, which is Easy Does It. Let me just show you here. I can do that, and because I have some volume here, you can't really tell that my ear is sticking out because there's volume. So it's all about how you style your wig too. Briefly, I'm going to give you a few tips right here. Number one, the hairline. The placement of the hairline can make your forehead or face seem longer or shorter just by switching where that hairline is. That's something you can't even do with your natural hair that you can do with a wig. You can also do that if the wig has bangs. You can still move it up and down so that the start of the bang may be further back, giving a longer appearance to the forehead, or further down, giving a shorter appearance to the forehead. So here you can see I have the hairline right up here. But say I wanted to make my forehead look shorter. I could again bring my bang down and shorten these, and I will have created a shorter forehead. You can choose styles that have more volume on the sides that will draw the eye out and give your face a more fuller look if that's what you're looking for, or you can tamp the style down and keep it close to your head, giving yourself a more narrow look to your face. And then you can emphasize or de-emphasize features based on the style you choose. So say you want to emphasize your eyes or your cheeks or your jawbone. You can have the style that you wear end right at that point on your face, drawing your eye to that feature. So in short, really, wigs don't only transform the hair on your head, you can use them to transform your look. It's so amazing. If I could go back to the me that was starting the wig journey, the one thing that I would want to tell myself is, you are not going to believe how much wigs can change your life. I was so stressed and worried about my thinning hair, and I had lost my confidence. And by wearing wigs and learning how to work with them, I have my confidence back. I think I feel better than I ever did, even in my own natural hair. So I hope you found this video helpful. I hope that if you need help on your wig journey, you'll reach out to us and we will help you every step of the way. We have free one-on-one video consultations where you can meet with our stylist and she can help you learn all about wigs and how to measure your head and styles and color and all of that. We have a private Facebook group where I have wig experts there who will answer your questions. I'm over there too, and you'll see tons of ladies posting pictures of themselves in all different wigs and all different colors and supporting each other on their wig journey. Come join us. There's so much to learn and there's so much fun on this journey, and I hope to see you there. All right, thanks so much for joining me. I'll talk to you soon.